Where is
Yeah, hi Poonam. So today we are discussing about the senior data engineer skill sequence, and this will give you an understanding that what all skills are required for a senior data engineer to work at a top organization, and how we are going to apply and assess these skills from start to end in a project-oriented sequence. Okay. So here is a quick executive summary about it. So skills should be sequenced by life cycle. Okay, so this means the senior data engineering life cycle, and on the basis of that life cycle, I have organized these skill sets so that you'll get to know the appropriate sequence how these skills are going to be applied. Okay, what all we need to evaluate, and wherever we will find gaps, we are going to fix those gaps. Okay. So basically, this is organized into six stages. The very first stage is understanding of the problem, assessment of the problem, design a solution across it, build that respective solution, operate, which means it should implemented in an organization, and finally improvement of that overall system while new challenges comes in. So this is the six categorical approach which a senior data engineer must know. Okay, and all these skills are organized in this sequence. So what are we going to do? First, we are going to understand the requirements. Then we are going to architect a solution across it. We are going to build the pipeline. We are going to deploy that in production. We are going to optimize the solution running. And then we will be communicating to the leadership, to the stakeholders, okay, to the non-technical stakeholders about the knowledge which we extracted out of this setup. Okay. Now, here is the end-to-end application sequence. And this is how a senior data engineer applies skill across the delivery lifecycle. Okay. So what all we have to cover? The first one is understand the requirement, in which we have to evaluate communication skills across how we can communicate to non-technical stakeholders, how will we communicate to technical stakeholders, and all this communication would be related to this data engineering, responsibilities. So, followed by how would we be collaborating, the stakeholder management, analytical thinking, and problem solving approach. This needs to be evaluated. Okay. For now, we started from this one. In fact, assessing the data sources. This is what we started. We started in a technical evaluation fashion. So typically, we've started from here, but eventually, this should not be ignored as well. We have to go. We have to do a couple of rounds on this also. Okay. Now, so I think one project which I have given you is around SQL. Okay, the current one, Ralph Lauren Retail Data Analytics. So majorly these SQL concepts are will be evaluated across the project which you will implement. Followed by, in this stage, we have to evaluate SQL, Python, APIs, different databases concepts, NoSQL, and data profiling. This is what we have to evaluate in this category. Okay. Then we'll move to the next one, which is design architecture and models. So in that, we have to evaluate skills of data modeling, database design, data architecture skills, cloud infrastructure skills, and storage design skills. Okay. This we have to evaluate and fix the gaps one by one. Okay. Then building data pipelines. So we will cover ETL, ELT, Azure Data Factory, Airflow, Spark, PySpark, and Databricks. Okay, this you need to know in the category of building data pipelines. Then we are going to validate, govern, and secure the system. So we have to ensure the practices across data quality, data validation, reconciliation, data governance, metadata lineage, and security of the system. Okay, all these we need to evaluate. Then we will focus towards deployment and orchestration of the solution. So we'll do a evaluation across Git, testing, CI/CD pipelines, workflow orchestration, and automation. Okay. Followed by monitoring and optimization of the solution. So we will take questions across monitoring, alerting, queue tuning, performance optimization, and cost optimization. So we are going to run in this sequence. Okay. Then finally, we'll have an understanding across how can we enable analytics and communicate with the stakeholders and become a senior data engineering leader across the organization. So we will evaluate Power BI, other trusted data products, enterprise documentation, team leadership, and continuous improvement of the overall system. So these are the skill sets which we are going to evaluate during this program. Okay. Now, so as a senior data engineer, you should have a good knowledge across all of this. So we will not do everything at once. We'll go one by one. Okay. So that eventually you'll gain more confidence and you will be in sequence of application, and you know what is the path which is left. Eventually, in order to crack the interview, 100% won't be required. Maybe once you are done with 20, 30, 40% of these skill sets, eventually you'll crack the role. Okay. I believe that. But in order to improve your career as soon as you progress further, all of this you need to implement, and you should have strong confidence across it. Okay. Because the objective of this program is not to get you cracked for first role itself. It is about how can you extract your maximum potential to reach the best position. Okay. One by one, stage by stage. That is what we have to target. That we want to identify our maximum potential, and we should know that where are we going to reach step by step, one by one. Okay. Now, the next part is these are the this is the sequence of the skill which I have organized. So understanding the requirement. So first, here are the communication skills and stakeholder management, communication and everything which we need to understand. Followed by how we are going to translate to data use cases, where data analysis, modeling, design, cost awareness, all of that will be done. Study source system, then define governance security, design target architecture, select cloud and stack. So which cloud to take at which kind of use cases. So that is also we are going to identify when to take Azure, AWS, and GCP. Okay. Followed by when to take, let's say, Databricks, Snowflake, or BigQuery. Followed by designing of these data models, design ingestion pipelines, develop batch logic, develop streaming pipelines, implement transformations, apply data quality controls, and then implement governance and metadata. So these are the 13 set of skill sets in sequence we have to evaluate. Okay. So one by one, we are going to go around it. Okay. So you will have a clear idea about, what all I need to cover, and nothing should go missed in the evaluation. So the objective is very simple. In every round, we are going to take an evaluation across one skill set. You're going to see what type of questions are coming. And on that respective date, you just have to focus on that skill set. Okay. Don't worry about other skill sets, because this document is just to keep us in a clear roadmap about what are we are going to cover step by step. Okay. So we'll take one skill set. We're going to evaluate it. We'll see what are the gaps, what are the missing points. On that respective day, you will put your 100% attention to only those missing points. Okay. And fix that gap, so that the next day will come to skill number 2, 3, 4, 5. So eventually, let's say in next 26 rounds, in next 26 days, we will cover at least all of these skills at least once. And we will get to know around 10, 15 questions across every skill set. Okay. So now the preparation would altogether be, very, very strong. And I believe then whatever question comes to you in the actual, you'll be able to handle it. Okay. When you are done with all of this evaluation rounds. So this is what we are going to implement. Okay. Implementation of security, optimize storage and compute, orchestration of workflows, build reusable components, test the solution, version control, deploy to cloud environments, monitor production pipelines, troubleshoot failures, maintain reliability and scalability, support downstream analytics, manage delivery and stakeholders, and continuously improve the platform. So now that 6 process is divided into these 26 skill sets, which we have to focus on. Okay. So this will give us very strong, understanding of how the data engineering role, how we can exploit it to the maximum limit. Then the recommended learning sequence is this. First, we are taking up foundations, SQL, Python, databases, and modeling, so that you are more confident. And currently, we started with SQL. Then we'll get to engineering core, ELT. Then we'll get into cloud and big data and senior level capabilities. So accordingly, we are going to move forward. Okay. And here are the platform examples which we will be using across data orchestration, big data engine, and warehouse analytics. So when we will be using Azure, we'll be using Databricks Spark here for big data engine. For AWS, we'll be using EMR or Spark, or Dataproc or Dataflow in case of GCP. So accordingly, we are going to, take whichever, data orchestration or big data engine or warehouse analytics, whatever we have to implement. So this is the roadmap. which we are going to cover. Okay, this is the evaluation roadmap. I'm sending this document with you so that you and me both are clear that all of this needs to be covered. Okay, great. Just sending this document with you.